Hello guys, this is allrover and in this lecture we are going to learn about the function and its scope. So here you can see in this code I have declared one variable j and its value is initialized with scope and printed the value of j, and this is function scope demo. In this function I is initialized with 20 and I am printing the value of I and printing the value of j, and scope and then scope demo function is called. This line is presently commented. I will decomment it after the execution of this code. So the what should be the output of this code? First it will print the value of I, that is here, and then it will print the value of j. In C and C++ also, if the variable is global, then any function can access that variable. So similar in JavaScript also, if the function is if the variable is global, then any function can access that variable. So our output should be to 20 and then scope, right? So I'm running the code. You can see that our output is scope, that is this line of code, and then 20 because of this line of code, seventh line, and then again scope because of the eighth line. Now I'm hard refreshing it using control plus R. Now I am decommenting this line also. Now you tell me what will be the output of this line. It's going to show error because the variable I is not defined in the global. It is I is defined in the scope demo function, which is not accessible in from global sites. Here is the global sites, and it is trying to access the variable of any function, but it will not be able to access. And this also happen in C and C++ also. So it is going to throw error. And quant reference I is not defined, and it's true that I is not defined in the global scope. It is defined in the scope demo function only. So any variable defined in any function will be accessible from there only, and it will not be accessible from the global sites. So this is one of the example. I'm showing the next example. Now in this code, j is initialized with global and scope demo function is there, and j is again the variable j is initialized with function. Output the value of j, scope demo function is called, and then again output the value of j. So what should be the output of this whole code? This will print the value of j, but what value of j? This sixth number value of j or the first number of value of j? Both are j and both are accessible from this function. So which is going to print, global or function? First it will search for j in its function only. After that, if it is not able to find the value of j in its own function, then it will find the value of j in the global area. Since it will find the value of j in the function itself, so this line of code, seventh line of code, will print the value function, and this 11th line of code will print the value global because j value only first line of code, that is j value, is accessible by the global 11th line. So our output should be function because of this line, seventh line, and then global because of 11th line. So this is the what we call the method of searching. First it will search for the variable in the function itself, and if it is not able to find that in the function, then it will search for that function in the search for that variable in the global area. Execution context. One more example is there. Now in this example, J is initialized with global, function scope demo is there. This is the same console.log J. This is the same as the earlier one. Now execution context. What the execution context is? It is the environment. It has of two type: global execution context and the function execution context. In the global execution context, it contains the variable environment and this function. And in the function execution context, you will find the function variable this and the reference to the outer environment, means global. Whenever the function will be called, function execution context will be made. Now the function stack. What the function stack is? Function stack is the stack of calling, order of calling the function. Stack is what? In what order we are calling any function, that is the execution stack. So first the global stack will be made, and after that whatever the function will be called accordingly, that function will be made, and after the complete execution of that function will be removed from the stack. So in this code you can see the example. I'm showing it in the Chrome browser. See, function C is there. Inside that we are printing inside C. Function B is there. From B we are calling C, and then printing the value of B. Function A, we are calling the function B and printing the value A inside A, and we are calling A function, and global context is there. So whenever we will from here the code will start executing the function. So A function will be called, it will come here, then B function will be called, it will come here, then C function will be called, it will print inside C. After this is over, then it will return to the previous uh, from where it is called, and the stack will be cleared of C. It will print inside B, and after completing the function B, it will go to that place from where the function B was called. After that it will print inside A, and after completing the function A, it will go to that place from where the function was called, and after that it will print global context. So this is the order of calling. First the function A was called, and then B, and then C. Firstly the global context will be made, and then A function, then B, then C. Global will be containing information about the variable only, and A, B and C function will contain the information about the variables as well as the global context. So this is whole about the execution stack and the function and its scope and execution context. So thank you so much for watching. Keep following in the next lectures. Thank you very much.